everyone. Welcome back to the world of Final Fantasy VIII. One more time. A world where a frickin' sorceress came from the future and she took my Rinoa! She took your Rinoa! Actually, no, that's not the sorceress from the future, though she does look kinda future-y. That's Adele, and she's a bitch, but no. Ultimecia is the sorceress from the future, and she's right there. Now, you see, and you might want to sit down for this, apparently Ultimecia is this sorceress from the future that can somehow look back in time and control other sorceresses from previous times. So she's trying to control sorceresses in Squall's time in an attempt for those sorceresses to find Elone, who, if I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but who cares, who Elone can also look back in time just like Ultimecia. And so she wants to, kidnap Elone and use her to, piggyback even further back in time so she can compress all of time into a sandwich and eat it or something. I don't know. I honestly don't know at all. And in the end, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because most of the plot of this game is stupid. All I know is, to my surprise, by the end of this game, by the end of this story, I actually found myself rooting for Squall instead of just making fun of him all the time. Squall! And I actually found myself caring for him in his attempts to not only save Rinoa, but to save himself by actually learning to care for another person again. Squall always acted like he didn't care because he was too afraid to care, because he was a big pussy. He wasn't a cold, emotionless person learning to become emotional. He was an extremely emotional person futilely trying to shut his emotions all down because he actually thought it would save him from a lifetime of ever getting hurt again. That's right, Squall. If you just give up and quit on everyone, you'll never get hurt again. Great strategy, Napoleon. I'm sorry, but no one can ever live that way forever, as Squall found out by game's end. In the end, Squall realized that more than anything, he could not afford to lose Rinoa. He could not afford to let her go, and so he put himself through hell after countless hell to save her again and again, and finally show her how he really felt. Well, that made for a damn good game right there, a damn good story. And when I say that, don't get me wrong, most of Final Fantasy VIII's plot is terrible. Most of the main characters in this game are lame with their silly little names and their Calvin Klein CG intro scenes. And let's not forget to mention, Ultimecia makes for one of the lamest Final Fantasy villains of all time. But the Squall-Rinoa story is still pretty solid. And when you combine that love story with the updated graphics in VII and the fantastic top-notch musical score of Final Fantasy VIII, you still have one of the finest Final Fantasy entries in the franchise. Plus, the junction and the card system was really cool. By game's end, Squall and his friends together stopped Cypher once and for all. They stopped the hungry Rinoa eating Adele, and then they somehow traveled to the future through the powers of their imagination, I don't know. And then they also find a way to stop Ultimecia, but in the end, none of this really mattered. In the end, the rest of the game was superfluous because the game was already over once Squall saved Rinoa one last time and let her know how he really felt about her. Nothing mattered after that for both of them because whatever happened, good or bad, they would have each other. So the rest of the game, stopping Ultimecia, was just filler you had to go through to finally see these two smile and embrace each other. Oh, how sweet. How adorable, everyone. Mission accomplished. So you want to know what happened next? They had sex. I'm Justin M. Bailey, and this has been Final Fantasy VIII. Eat a dick.